And a big story coming out of Italy today about the team that are currently sitting third in the table. Story that the board at Juventus have resigned. So that's Nedved, Agnelli, the president, and Arrivabene, the CEO. For more on this, Gab Marcotti joins us. Gab, what's happened?
Well, what's happened is, as you know, Juventus have been under investigation, mainly in two fronts. One over false accounting. This is both a civil investigation as well as a sporting investigation, inflating transfer values and whatnot. The other one also supposedly to do with some of the pay cuts that the players took during COVID, the way they were accounted for. This is relevant because Juventus are listed on the stock exchange, so they have to follow certain standards. And what's happened is Juventus still 100% maintaining their innocence, saying that they acted in line with best accounting practice and blah, blah, blah. But they say, you know what? It's probably best if our entire board resigns and we think about appointing a new one going forward. The way most people have taken this is that the new board will not include Andrea Agnelli and Pavel Nedved. I think that remains to be seen, but certainly, I think it certainly looks like the Agnelli era is over, and it looks like Juventus are taking this investigation extremely seriously.
Does this affect anything on the pitch, Gab?
Well, I think a lot of it is going to depend on how quickly they have a new board and new decision makers in place. Had Max Allegri not turned things around a little bit, and the talk of the town was be like, oh my God, are they going to sack Allegri? Who's going to replace him? Blah, blah, blah. Then I think it would have been an issue. Now there's a bit more stability. There's a bit more breathing room, certainly in terms of the actual employees of the club. They're going to operate. They're going to try to do whatever moves they're going to make in January. So I think in the short term, no. In the medium term, I think it's a big step if Andrea Agnelli turns out he's not part of this club's future. Obviously, having led the club for so many years, it is a major shift of direction at Juve.
And of course, he's trying to lead the club into a Super League direction. That then, what does that mean now, Gab?
Well, that right now is in the hands of the courts, right? The European courts. We're going to get a preliminary verdict from the Chief Justice in late December, and then, in fact, the day before the Champions League final, the World Cup final, rather. And then in the next couple of months, we will get the definitive verdict. I don't think you need Allegri or Agnelli at this point for it to happen. If it goes the way Florentino Perez wants it to go, then we go in one direction. If not, we go in a different direction. So I don't think it impacts that. And certainly as far as Juve's owners are concerned, they were interested in the Super League before. Presumably they'll continue to be interested in it. I think, after leaving the ECA with many of the issues that Agnelli's had, the more recent investigations, the whole screw-up with the Super League, the Luis Suarez and his fake Italian lessons, all these things coming together one on top of the other. I think he's ready to step back and take on a lower profile anyway.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.